I'm Ellen Burstyn, and you're watching Dispatches from Quarantine. I have had an interesting, lively, exciting, profound in many ways life. It didn't start out easily. It started out with a lot of disruption in my family unit, a lot of violence. It was difficult, but I don't really resent that anymore. I used to, but I've learned that the people who have had no difficulty, trouble is bound to come at some point. So I feel like very early on, I figured out how to abide suffering and trouble. I learned how to hold steady in a storm. And I don't have any more resentment about the early difficulties. When I think of myself young, on one hand, I think, oh my God, was I stupid? Why didn't I know better? And on the other hand, I'm surprised at things that I did know. And I find myself going, who were you? How did you know that? When I left home, I didn't leave home to become an actress or a model or any of the ways I earned a living. I left home to see the world. That's always what I wanted. That was my ambition in life, to see the world. And I've traveled a lot. And I'm glad I had that ambition, because seeing how other people live when it's totally different from the way you live makes you not cling to your own conception of the world. There's a deeper level of acting where it's not just the lines and the jokes and the superficial story, but it's the human presence within that story that the audience recognizes and connects with. And when it's on stage, I always call it communion, because that's what it feels like. It feels like when I'm in it, when I'm really wanting the audience to know this human being, I feel them receive it. There's a real connection, and it's a profound connection. That level of work, when I get to do it, which means when I get that kind of role in a good play or film or whatever it is, when I can really go deep and put it out for it to be received, and it is received, that's when I know why I'm an actress. You know, that's when I can feel, oh, this is my life's work. This is what I'm meant to do.
J.C., we're having supper at home tonight. I expect you there in 15 minutes. You hear?
You know, at different stages in your career, you have more choice than other stages. You know, there are periods where the mortgage is due, and this is the job that comes, and you have to do it. Now, I've been lucky enough to not have to do that really too often, but I've been very lucky. For me, staying connected to nature is one of the deepest human experiences. And I learn from nature. It speaks to me if I listen. So during this time of quarantine, I've been able to spend more time in nature and listen. And what I feel is that as horrible as this experience is, with all the loss of life, at the same time, there's something happening that I think the earth is bringing to us. We have abused the earth so terribly that I feel like it's brought the whole world to a stop. The whole business is stopped, you know. There aren't any films being shot right now, and Broadway is closed. So I can't be expecting to work. When you're an actor, you're always looking for work, except when you're working, which is sometimes. So it's very different being freed of that, to just be with now, not be an expectation for what I hope is coming, but just being now, with it as it is. My mother and I had a very difficult relationship. We didn't really get along, and now, she's been dead now for quite a few years, I miss her. I have to say, I miss her. And I wish I could have helped her more. Now I could have. Now I could understand her better and deal with her better. But then I was just in resentment and self-protection. And I wish I could have had some wisdom earlier to know how to help her. She needed help. I wish now I could call her. Very often I have the impulse to call her. And I hope through some mystical magic she hears that. I decided that what I would really like to have people say about me after I'm gone is that I was helpful. I know that there are actors at the Actors Studio who will say it, who have said it. It's something that people say to me, not just actors, but people who were moved in a certain way by some film I did, some role I played. People do that a lot. My film Resurrection changed people's direction in their life. I get told that I was helpful, that I helped people. And I find that that's really what I hope is said when I'm gone.
You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. Oh, you hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome. Knew you not Pompeii? Many a time and oft have you climbed up to walls and battlements, the towers and windows, yea, the chimney tops, your infants in your arms.